Well, let's do a little box opening. This is from Shar's. See if I can't look up the video or whatever, but I was watching somebody else and they had this cool ass shield for the lathe that came on a magnetic arm that you can move around, and I was like, man, that looks pretty sweet. I think it was roughly 60 bucks. It is a 202-6097, and that is from Shar's. So there is the plate, and there is the magnetic stand. That is that's a nice robust stand there. Oh, those are steel. Nice. So part of what I wanted was that articulation to be able to move that around wherever. No instructions that I noticed. I guess I'll look one more time, but 10 millimeter, 10 millimeter. Okay, I'm not going to crank it down tight because I got a feeling I'm going to be taking it back apart, but it does come with a lock nut there, so let's go put it on the lathe. What I was doing last time on the lathe is I had the rotor on here and I was cutting it, and so with all this moved over here, the chips were still flying back at me, and I turned the coolant nozzle on with no coolant, just air, to help blast the chips away from me, and they were still coming and getting me, and they're pretty stinking hot chips. So so this would have been, whoops, got to turn it the right way. This would have been quite nice. It doesn't have to be extremely rigid, anything like that. It just has to block those stupid little chips. And like on the mill, when you're running the shear hog, oh my, yeah, I still got an owie on my arm here from one of the hot chips off that shear hog. Same thing with the lathe. Those the cast steel from the brake rotors. I'm turning it way below spec and everything like that, and it's still super hot little chips and just are hard to handle. I think I'm going to like that a lot. I think I'm going to leave that sitting there so I don't forget I have it. I do need to peel the plastic off, and I think I'm probably going to round a couple of these edges here. Those are pretty sharp. That's going to be really nice till it gets covered with coolant and chips. Yeah, crystal clear view there. Hopefully you'll see this again in a couple other videos. For the mill, it's almost a hair big, unless I were to move this down onto the table and hang it over. That would certainly work nice enough, and I like the space and everything. That just might work pretty nice, because I could actually mount it over to the side here, have that here, and not have to have the doors completely closed at certain times. I'll have to keep that in mind, but I originally bought it for the lathe, so we'll just use a Post-it note, because if you have a card or something like that, you can put it up here. I mean, you could have it down below, but that blocks all your view of what you're doing. But you can clip a card or paperwork above for notes and stuff like that. Okay. I can deal with that. I'm glad I figured that out before I turned it around, because I mean, and it could hang below, so I'll still look it up and I'll still find out. Clip so that you can put stuff up here. Got to be smarter than a clip, for Pete's sakes. Jeez. In case you want to hold papers and stuff like that, you know. But okay. Why do I get the feeling that it's upside down? Because the paper would go in here and get clamped like that. So that bracket's on upside upside down. Okay, well, I guess I will take that off, peel the plastic off, and switch that before I mount it on the arm. Or not, because it is riveted on. Guess I'm going to have to do a little research online and find out what's going on with that. I can always grind off, you know, the rivets or whatever to turn it around. I mean, I don't think it would be all that as useful kind of thing. Come on. I'm not sure it's meant to do this. I guess I can use it that way, but that's wouldn't seem to make too much sense to me. But I'm not that bright, so I'll have to look that up before I go chopping that off. Maybe I'm not looking at it quite right or whatever. So, anyway.